Hey Aries, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your timeless message. Today, whenever you receive this message, it could be a year from now when it was published, it could be 3 years from now. That's when you're supposed to see it. And that being said, only take it if it resonates. So we're going to start with Oracle first. We're getting the big message for your reading with Oracle, and we're going to turn that over at the very end. So make sure you stick around till then. If you've never been in my channel before, I like to conduct the reading like a conversation. Tarot has to throw cards at us. It has to choose for us. So we're not going to force anything, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. If you'd like for me to pray for you, send you my good energy, say hi in the comments section below. So I've got something that represents you. We have a feather here. Our second oracle card for the end of the reading is going to be right here. I'll put that aside and let's get into it. So asking Tarot, what does Aries need to know right now? What does Aries need to know right now? These cards have been pre-shuffled with you in mind. Ooh, we got that love card, girl. I do realize that not all of you guys are girls. Gotta say it. Okay, you guys. Very interesting card. So far, coming out of disappointment, there was a rough ending, maybe words exchanged that burned a bit. But you might have recently, or you might be in the midst of leaving an old friend group. Maybe it was attached to an old relationship. Maybe you just realized these were not your people anymore. But it's definitely the result of an ending that was difficult. That might have been sudden. There might have been something backstabby about it, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Let me start with this. Your first card out was a really exciting card. This is Ace of Cups, you guys. This is my cup runneth over. This is passion, creativity. Now, for those of you guys who are online right now, kind of looking for insight around your love life, I want to tell you that this is new love. This is one of the biggest indicators of new love walking into your life. If a love does not resonate with you right now, I want to tell you the other meaning of this card, and that is creativity. So this is the sense of fulfillment, excitement, and passion around a creative endeavor, or maybe learning a new trade or skill that is creative. And I do say that, like, you might be at the very beginning of this because, well, most definitely at the very beginning of this, whether it's love or creation, because it's Two of Wands. So yes, there is one foot that's still in your past a little bit. But you are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, meaning you're starting to see a brilliant new future. You're starting to gather plans and ideas. This is a big manifesting time, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Magician came out. We do have the Emperor card in reverse, which I want to get some insight about, because that does represent Aries energy, but it represents it in a way that's unusual for Aries, because the Emperor in reverse could be somebody who's not themselves as a leader, as an empowered individual, as a go-getter, as a boss. Like, it usually comes out as boss energy, but in reverse, it can either be somebody who can be demonstrative and toxic with that, which we don't like, right? You don't like that. Or it can mean that they're just not feeling as empowered and in line with that awesome boss energy. So let's unpack that a bit. For Aries right now, what is this Emperor card? Okay, so it looks like it's the alternative. You know, I would say timing is key with this reading. You don't want to rush it. And if you were to rush it, and when I say it, what I mean is moving forward on an endeavor, action, basically. If you were to jump into action before you're ready, before all these plans and this idea and this vision has come about, then you're going to feel a little out of alignment with your Emperor energy, your big boss energy, that confidence and that taking control of a situation. So you're going to feel a little more out of control. So timing plays a huge key, but what's beautiful and consistent through the reading, and I'll mention your next card is Five of Cups upside down, which means coming out of disappointment. you're at like this new birthing point in your life. Like, allow yourself time before you rush into action, and just to observe, possibly have gratitude for what you're leaving, because there was, I think that Tarot's talking about a difficult decision that you have been faced with, and there is the sense of, and it's coming out with the Six of Swords in reverse, maybe something that you need to do in order to heal and add closure to your old life or an old chapter that was difficult. This may be hard breakup or leaving something that was difficult. It's holding on to it is keeping you from healing, but there is a decision that you're all being confronted with. Of course, those of you who this is resonating with, that is going to be maybe a little confusing, or is going to be hard to move on that decision. Staying with it, like not making the decision, is going to not allow you to heal, not allow you to become empowered and strong the way that Aries is adapted to. You know, Aries, their soul is emperor energy. So feeling like yourself, feeling big boss energy. But something about this decision, whether it's a move or it's a big change of some sort, it's scary, and so it's understandable that one would hold on. But it's keeping you from healing. So let's find out a little bit more. All you have to do is listen to your intuition. High Priestess energy is so powerful. And, you know, I mentioned a million times in this reading so far about the Emperor and how there's a headstrongness. There's a headstrongness about the Emperor energy. It's like, I'm going to do it. I'm determined. High Priestess is another kind of strength. That's kind of like giving up the control and just listening. And that's what's going to get you into out of the Two of Swords, that indecisive place, and it's going to get you on the path of healing and closure, because you're going to be able to make that decision much easier. Now, for some of you guys, Page of Swords talks about chitter chatter, gossip, talking around the water cooler, so to speak, and that has been the catalyst for maybe some pain, learning some things that were painful. Some of you guys have been exposed to some gossip, maybe online BS, you know, like things that somebody's posting online that's hurting your feelings. Just, you know, let's get some more, listen to that intuition, because it's the catalyst. Like, you know, we've said that before in this reading as well. This is all the catalyst for change, and good new change, but definitely leaving an old chapter, never to return to anything like it. Three of Cups comes out. We do have somebody who in your midst has been, and I feel that you're going to be cutting off ties to this person and possibly the friend group or the tribe, I'll call them. In hindsight, you'll see them as manipulative. They might be jealous, manipulative, petty. They might be they might be normally pretty empathic, or they can read people and sense people really well, but in this case, it's not using it for good. And they were always meant to come across your path for an insight, deep insight. The Hanged Man talks about, and this is Hanged Man in reverse, they're not going to change. They're not going to change anytime soon. It's best just to put some distance between you and them. But you're naturally becoming disinterested, just like this individual underneath the tree. They're being offered something. I wouldn't be surprised if this manipulative person invites you somewhere or makes an offer or a gesture, but I don't think you trust them. And I think that eliminating these types of individuals in your life is how you get back to your Emperor energy. So let's check on our oracle messages. So I promised you the big message of the whole reading comes at the end. And we have, from the Divine Feather deck, we have the message of Blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. And remember, we do have some uncomfortable catalysts for something very good, a transformation that's always been ready to transform inside of you. And then we have grace. And one can make that transformation with grace. And that's what it feels like with possibly leaving this group of friends. It doesn't feel like you're saying your piece and stomping out. It feels like you're just making a simple decision. But don't forget that the beginning of your reading is all about embracing this new passion, letting yourself feel it, taking your time, observing, almost in third person, and letting your mind open up to new possibilities, looking out at that horizon and asking yourself, what are you capable of? All right, you guys, sending you off with love. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.